Wait, did I ask you what your favorite position was yet?
You didn't, but my favorite position is so boring, but it gets me right there.
You dirty dog. I know what you're thinking, and I can guarantee I'm about to put your concerns, not this woman, to bed.
Good, thanks for having a session with me. Can I give you a hug?
Sure, that would be great.
You see, Keely Shoup has a unique job. She opens up her home and arms to her clients. Her office?
Panda.
A panda-packed pillow-top mattress where she banks about $80 an hour. And where most would see a desktop computer, she has a copy of the Cuddle Sutra to help her clients with those touchy subjects.
Do you get any touch in your life?
Oh. Keely cuddles as a career, and in this Asking for a Friend, I want to know, what's it like to be a professional cuddler?
What I do, and in my profession, I say no, just the consensual, non-sexual touch, that's the end goal. The goal is the relaxation.
So kind of describe the rules when it comes to cuddling.
The rules are our clothes are going to stay on. Okay. We're not going to touch each other in our bathing suit areas, just to be real PC about it.
Yep.
The other one, kind of squicky, is no saliva exchange.
Describe your average client.
Do have female clients, love them, but average client is male, 35 to 60. Men aren't given as many outlets in life to non-sexually touch people. Women, traditional gender roles dictate that they're the caregivers. They, have kids and snuggle kids. They're nurturing. They can hug each other. You don't see a ton of guys hugging each other because that's just not how our society, specifically in America, socializes and normalizes it. So there's a thing called skin hunger.
Skin hunger is a thing. Psychology Today says it's both an acknowledgement that someone doesn't get as much affection as they need and a drive to get more. It can make people less happy, more lonely, and more likely to experience depression and stress. Not to mention hurting their overall health if they don't find an outlet for positive, non-sexual touch. Do you think you could show me and be my outlet today?
Yeah, I'd love to. Do you have a favorite cuddle position?
I guess I'm always forced into being little spoon.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you used to just spooning? Is that pretty much your...
My only experience in cuddling comes from spooning.
Okay. Do you want to try something different today?
Yes.
Okay.
Let's do it. But before we get closer for comfort, Keely brings up the bedrock principle of the bed, informed consent.
If at any point either you or I are uncomfortable, we're going to commit to each other to say something.
Okay.
So you say, I'm uncomfortable right now, or I don't want to do this. Then I say, thank you for taking care of yourself. Let's switch, or let's adjust. So that's the ground rule 1.
Okay.
Ground rule 2 is before we touch each other in any way, we're going to ask and make sure that we get a verbal yes. And it's really specific. So like may I touch your shoulder?
Yes.
So if I can touch your shoulder, this doesn't mean that I can run my hand along your arm. So you get complete control over how you're being touched at every moment, and so do I.
But if you want to massage it...
Yeah, I can?
Yeah, go for it. I then consent to a full-on backward bear hug and quickly notice how comfortable I'm becoming. When you're done with the cuddling session, how do you feel different?
We call it the cuddle coma. You are in a pretty blissed out state. You relax. It triggers the trust responses in our brain.
Okay.
So we are more likely to trust an individual. We're more open to connection. And again, you've got all those other benefits of your heart rate is down, your immune system is producing more, your blood pressure is lower. You have this really great physical and mental state.
It honestly sounds like the benefits of an orgasm without the risk of an STD.
And without the risk of getting into that woods. A lot of my clients have a very rocky history with touch coupled with that sex.
And I may be one of those people who has trouble distinguishing the difference between sexual and non-sexual touch. So I know this is not supposed to feel like sexual, but this is like very Jack and Rose in Titanic.
Stroking your arm and you're comfy.
Stroked a lot more after knowing someone for 5 minutes, that's for sure.
Right.
That sounds like an orgy. I mean, this is probably a weird question to ask as the big spoon, but do you ever get erections?
Yeah. Well,
you don't.
I personally don't. I encourage my clients to take a deep grounding breath. Normally my clients report that when they ground themselves and refocus and remind themselves that what they're doing right now, the intention isn't sexual. It's not going to lead somewhere else. Normally it dissipates in a few moments. It's a practice,
Like
though.
the commercials say, like 4 hours or longer, and then get to the hospital.
But Keely assures me that with proper practice, her clients can get to a place that's not centered around sex.
Because I am fully aware and making the conscious decision to be non-sexually intimate. If I do, in another moment, an appropriate situation with a partner, if I want to be sexually intimate with that person, it is a much deeper experience. It's a much more intentional experience.
I feel like you're exploring like new depths of your brain is what it is.
Absolutely. The kind of consent and control you're regaining over your life and over your body and over your intentions is profoundly transformative.
So follow Mariah's lead and allow someone to touch your body. You'll be surprised just how quickly someone will comment on your curves.
Serene, cozy, comfy.
Are you talking about my torso?